And lower this a little bit. OCO, the God of Sacorci Davido, the liquid Janela, Aya, Anigadua, Gili Heli, Kohi, Nigat Julu, Ahan, Ije, Ichota, Doyusku, Wardu Ahan. Good afternoon, my name is Sammy Steele. I'm here to represent Chief George Wycliffe. I'm also here to represent the United Couture Band of Cherokee Indians in Oklahoma. Chief Wycliffe sends his regards, sending his best wishes to everyone here today. He apologizes for not being able to attend today's event, but Chief Wycliffe had other obligations today. But he sends his greetings. I just want to say that every time I come to Georgia or to North Carolina, I feel like I'm coming home. I am full-blood Cherokee, I am Couture, and I want to thank Carmen Schuler, I want to thank Mr. Jack Baker and Mr. Tommy Wildcat for letting me be here this afternoon to say a few words. The Couture people, also known as the Old Settlers, migrated into Arkansas in 1817. They were also known later as the Western Cherokees. Excuse me, I gotta look at the map. But later on, the United Couture Band also moved into Indian Territory, which is now known as the state of Oklahoma, in 1828, 10 years prior to the removal of the Trail of Tears. But this did not diminish our pain and suffering we felt for our brothers and sisters that traveled over this tremendous tragedy, the Trail of Tears. There was over 4,000 Couture tribal members that moved into Oklahoma in 1828. I just want to tell you a little bit about this one time I was visiting with my colleague. We were talking about old Cherokee hymns, how old the old traditional Cherokee hymns were, and what these hymns really meant. Then an elder told us one day, he told us that these hymns were sung over the Trail of Tears. Many people wonder why today would our ancestors who marched over the treacherous Trail of Tears would sing Cherokee hymns. But this was not meant for just contentment. This was meant because when they were traveling in the cold winter months, they traveled through the wooded areas in dense fog and blinding snowfall. And in order to keep each other intact and not lose them, and in order Okay, can you hear me again? Yeah. All right. I'm sorry about that.
I didn't think it was going to work.
This grain kind of reminds me of maybe our elders, our ancestors, trying for today's memorial that we're having today for them. But back to what I was saying, a lot of times these hymns were sung not for contentment, but to guide each other on their route, so that each group would not get lost from one another. So they sang these old Cherokee hymns so they could hear where the group was, so they could follow in the correct path as they traveled over these treacherous mountains and regions going into a new land. When we ask our elders, when we talk to our elders and we ask them if they can reflect on the Trail of Tears, you see tears in their eyes as they bow their heads, not wanting to reflect the tragedy that happened to their ancestors back in 1938. They don't want to endure the pain and suffering that their ancestors once endured. The Trail of Tears was a tragic event, and for the Cherokee people who suffered many obstacles along the route. Over 4,000 tribal members lost, lives lost, many elders and children. We come here today to remember our ancestors, their hardships, deaths, and their resilience as they traveled and struggled to travel into a new land. Today I stand in front of you as a proud Cherokee, honored by our past ancestors who suffered that long ago tragic event, hoping that as we as descendants have made our ancestors proud of their children. As I look up into the sky, I feel their presence as their eyes look upon us, giving us their approval for who we have become. A strong nation working for a common goal. Kituah Cherokee tribal members consider all Cherokees, whether United Kituah Band, Eastern Band, or United Kituah Band, Cherokee Nation of Oklahoma, as brothers and sisters. We should hold that respect for each other as we share this moment, reflecting 175 years of the passing of that black mark in our history, known as the Trail of Tears, or DUP.